Computer boot sequence initiated. Accessing library computer data. NCC 10535. Starship Tempest.
An old, small freighter, one that has clearly seen better days, is now running for its life. A large Cardassian warship trails close behind, repeatedly firing its disruptor beams at the freighter, dodging and weaving to avoid the beams. It avoids most of the shots, but not all. The warship scores a direct hit on the freighter's engine, and green plasma starts spilling out into space. On the bridge, a man, ruggedly handsome, sits at the controls, deadly focused on the flying that will determine whether he lives beyond the next few minutes. Alarms blare and smoke pours from a ruptured bulkhead. Another man, older and disheveled, and with the wrinkled nose of a Bajoran, struggles against the ship's chaotic rocking and shuddering, and clambers up to the pilot. "Ash," he says, "they scored a direct hit on the reactor. It's leaking radiation, and life support is failing. We're never gonna make it to Henolan." Without ever taking his eyes off the view screen, the pilot thinks hard, then notices something on his console. It's a hard decision for him to make, but ultimately, he knows he has no choice. "Hang on, time for Plan B." His hands fly over the console and the freighter turns in a wide arc and jumps to warp speed. The Cardassian warship follows close behind.
Space. The final frontier. These are the missions of the starship Tempest. Set between Captains Kirk and Picard, 5 friends stumble their way through their first role-playing game as the crew of this Federation starship, exploring strange new worlds, keeping peace in the galaxy, defending their keyboards from kids and cats, and going clumsily, if not boldly, where no one has gone before. Captain's log, stardate 16503.9. The Cardassians have once again rattled their sabers, this time by amassing a small fleet in the Travas system. It is almost certainly another empty provocation that unfortunately we still have to take seriously. To that end, Starfleet has redeployed the Tempest and a handful of other starships to patrol the Cardassian border until they take the hint and back down. The patrol so far has been exactly as anticipated, thoroughly uneventful and monotonous. We expect to be on this patrol for another week, after which we can hopefully return to actually being explorers.
You guys have been on patrol for the last week. You're 1 week into a 2-week patrol in the mission for this week, which is the Tempest Tossed. Essentially what has happened is the Cardassians have amassed a small fleet. They're essentially rattling their saber and sort of poking Starfleet to see if Starfleet is paying attention and awake. And so Starfleet has to redeploy a whole bunch of ships to essentially to say in a political way, yeah, we're paying attention, don't try to get away with anything because we're here and, we're awake. So, as a result, the Tempest, along with a number of other ships, has been redeployed to the area around Cardassian space. Far from being, tense or dramatic in the sense that, oh no, we might go to war, there's none of that sensation at all, right? Because the Cardassians do this periodically, and you sort of know how it's going to play out. They're going to do this, Starfleet's going to respond in the way it has, and the Cardassians are eventually going to back down, everything's going to go back to normal until the next time they do this. So you guys are now halfway into a 2-week patrol that has been absolutely, totally boring. You have done nothing other than drills and just really boring maintenance stuff, and you know that nothing's going to happen because the Cardassians pull this kind of crap all the time.
Do we have a holodeck?
You don't have a holodeck.
Lame.
Those don't exist on spaceships yet, or on starships. But yeah, the reason I introduced the points now is because, and you guys don't have to give me answers right now, but I'm going to say that the past week of this patrol, you guys have had plenty of time to work on whatever personal projects you want. So, if you wanted to build something, you've been working on that. If you wanted to go to the gym more, you could be doing that. So,
like shoeing horses and fixing wagons.
Yeah. Again, you guys don't have to give me answers right now, but just keep that in mind in the sense of this has been a really boring week. The next week is going to be equally boring. And what have I been doing with my time while everything is boring? However,
Totally not something we can relate with.
Are you trying to make fun of the way that we've all conducted our quarantine, Brian?
Yeah, it sort of turned into some kind of social commentary, I guess, without intending it to be. No, it's not quarantine commentary. So today, however, is not going to be a boring day, because today, while you're on patrol, you are in neutral space, but you're essentially patrolling the edge of Federation space in space that is nearby the Cardassian space as well. You're just patrolling the border, showing the flag, doing that. When a freighter drops out of warp, it is spewing green engine plasma from its engine section. So, imagine when a plane is on fire and it has that billowing black smoke trailing out of it. It's the same kind of situation, except it's green plasma this time.
What direction did it come from? Did it come from Cardassian space?
Yes, it's coming from that direction. However, as you can see on the map, there's quite a bit of neutral space between you and the Cardassian edge, Cardassian territory in that direction. But yes, it is coming from the direction of Cardassian space.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Where are we right? Oh, we're at the top of the map there, near.
Very.
Wait, where are we right now?
Okay. So look.
I see a patrol route.
Yeah, so follow the patrol route down to where it says SS Kellebec. That's where you guys are right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where we are right now is where the name of another ship is, and we were just supposed to know that. Got it.
Sorry.
Oh,
yes.
bother.
Well, yes.
Could be worse. You could be a listener.
As soon as it drops out of warp in front of you, you get a distress call coming in from it. And the commander, or the freighter captain, hails, and his voice comes over the comm, and he says, "This is Captain Ashloon of the SS Kellebec requesting immediate assistance of the Federation starship in front of us." And as soon as he says his name, as soon as his voice comes over, a whole bunch of information starts popping up on the screen that tells you that
He's one bad dude.
that Ashloon is a smuggler
Who will live into the 24th century.
who has several warrants out for his arrest for a variety of smuggling-related crimes. He's wanted by Starfleet security, but he's also wanted by Romulan, Klingon, Tholian, and Cardassian authorities. And Starfleet security has issued standing orders that if any starship encounters him, to place him under arrest, take custody of his vessel, and consider him a high escape risk.
Okay.
So,
The Kellebec, is that a UFP flagged vessel?
It is.
Or is it? Okay.
yeah.
Oh, it's Federation.
Yeah, it is Federation.
But maybe stolen.
Yeah, it's of dubious origins, and your orders regarding it are to impound it from the man who
Okay.
is using it.
All right. Can I get a scan of the incoming vessel, please? I want souls aboard and the status of their life support systems.
Okay. Oh, I also did this. You guys can see.
You loser. Nice.
We have a bridge.
Oh.
We have a bridge.
You're not a loser, Brian. I only say that because I'm jealous.
There's a picture of all of us on the bridge.
Yeah.
Wait.
you're all
Why
at
am I the bald one?
Oh.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about a picture when this is a podcast? What's going on?
This doesn't seem useful.
Well, I was telling everyone what we were looking at.
Yeah. Okay, so you're on the bridge.
This is what Brian spent his time trying to earn points for.
Oh, this is us on the. It's precious.
So either Goodspeed, who would also be at operations as the operations officer, would do a control plus science, assisted by the ship's sensors and science to do that scan.
Wait. Who's at con? I don't see a deer.
I'm pretty sure that's a character from Avatar.
But it's not a deer though.
It is what came up when I Googled deer-like alien. So that's the best that I could find on Google from that.
Also, I liked that the mission briefing talked about setting foot or hoof or claw or tentacle onto someplace.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. Yeah,
I did.
Okay.
I rolled 2 successes. If anyone would like to,
Anyone would like
Know
to play
that.
the game?
And the ship got 1 success as well.
Okay, so you conduct a successful scan. That was a difficulty 2 task. The ship is definitely damaged. Its engine section, its engine core, is leaking a tremendous amount of theta radiation, which is very dangerous and very hazardous.
He in trouble.
Its life support
That's
systems.
bad.
Its life support systems are failing. Its engine systems are, failing as well. This ship is not in a good way or shape at all.
Souls on board?
Souls on board would be. Let me make sure I count right.
0.
We're going to do a head count. This is going to take a while.
6.
All right, if you're here, raise your hand.
We can't move this bus without all the count.
7 souls on board.
7 souls on board. And how large is the freighter?
It's smaller than you guys. It's actually based. If you remember the ships from the beginning of Star Trek Generations, it's that design of ship.
Are you talking about Guinan's ship?
Yeah, it's not the same ship, but it's the same design.
Oh.
So the ship that Guinan arrives in Star Trek Generations, that's the one.
People gotta stop flying those ships. All right. The transporter room. Can you get a lock on the 7 individuals on board this ship?
You cannot. The radiation from the engine core is too disruptive. So the transporters will not work at the moment.
All right. Open a channel.
Okay.
Captain Loon, this is Captain Maddox and crew of the USS Tempest. We're here to respond to your distress signal. How may we be of assistance?
Well, Captain, our life support system is failing. Our engine core is leaking a substantial amount of theta radiation, and we have somebody who will be arriving shortly behind us any moment now. And at about that same time, a Cardassian warship drops out of warp directly behind.
Yikes.
Yellow alert. Shields up.
I do those things.
So, Captain, if you could spare an engineering team to come over and address our life support and engine core issues, that would be very appreciated.
Captain Loon, does your ship have any escape pods?
No, Captain. Not anymore, anyway.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna have to unpack that statement a little bit.
So,
Funny story. Okay, suggestions? I'm not talking to Captain Loon anymore.
Yeah, he's like, I suggested what I would like you to do, Captain.
Yeah. Can we have we could have them dump their core and get the theta radiation away from them so we could beam them out.
Yeah.
I mean, their ship will be immobilized, but I don't think it's going anywhere anyway.
Captain Loon, did you hear that? Do you have that capability?
Whoa, that was on an open channel? I wouldn't have said that.
Captain, you're on Vox?
I would really rather not. That would cripple or, that would strand my ship. I would really rather not abandon my engine core.
Well, we wouldn't want your ship to be crippled as it's leaking theta radiation and its life support and engine are failing, but sure. That one I know I was going over to him.
I was rather hoping you could help me fix those things as opposed to abandoning those things.
Ensign Doe, put us between the Cardassian ship and the freighter with alacrity, please.
Okay. Somebody do Esdo a con control task, difficulty 1.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Do it.
Con and control and there.
Alright. So you succeeded that. So the Tempest is now between the Cardassian ship and the Kellebec.
And can we get a scan on the Kellebec to determine how long they have before the situation becomes fatal?
Sure. Yeah, I'll just give you that. It's about 30 minutes.
Okay.
Did you start a timer, Brian?
I did not. I forgot. So let's start that. Not the calculator. That's not going to help.
Just
All right.
keep hitting +1 every second.
Yeah. All right. Timer is going.
Okay. Hail the Cardassian vessel.
All right. You hail the Cardassian ship, a Cardassian gull, which is the equivalent of a captain. Very stern visage appears on the screen. Yes, this is Skull Krim of the Cardassian warship Kraxon. Who am I speaking to?
Gull Krim, this is Captain Maddox and crew of the Federation starship Tempest. We are lending aid and assistance to this damaged freighter. How can we be of service to you?
Well, Captain,
as I'm sure you probably already have a sense, that freighter is filled with criminals of the Cardassian state, and it is my duty to take them into custody and return them to Cardassian space, where they will receive proper justice.
Gulkrim, I understand. However, they are also a ship in distress, and it is our Federation policy to aid any ship in distress, and they came into contact prior to us coming into contact with you, so our first priority is to them to give them aid and support. At that point, once we have them safe and secure, we can discuss terms on the subject that you just brought up.
Remember that they are also fugitives from the Federation, and we're supposed to capture them too.
No, I understand that. I don't have to tell him that, though.
Okay.
Well, you don't actually have to tell him that, because he already knows.
Captain, I understand that the pilot of that vessel is actually a human who is wanted by both of our governments. The other passengers on that ship are of no concern to you, and while my preference would be to bring
They were
everyone
aiding and abetting.
my preference would be to bring everyone back to face Cardassian justice. I would be willing to make a compromise where you could take your pilot, your captain, into custody, and I would take the Cardassian citizens and be on our way.
You want to take me into custody?
No, no, good God, Captain. You can take this. You can take the human smuggler.
The Cardassians have not mastered pronouns yet.
You can take your human smuggler captain into custody, and we will take the passengers who are all terrorists and have committed violent acts against the Cardassian Union.
Gulkrim, again, I see your point, and I do not disagree with you. I am aware that Captain Loon is also a fugitive from our government, and I intend to look into that. However, the first order that we have to attend to is the souls on board the crippled ship. So after we secure the disabled freighter, and we are sure that they're safe, we can continue this conversation. Maddox out.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Bold.
What would you like to do next?
Captain, recommendation.
Yes, please, sir.
I like the cut of this Gull Crim's jib. I want to go ahead and send a shuttlecraft over to these yahoos. We'll take the 7 of them, put them on the shuttlecraft, get them away from the theta radiation, and then once they get outside of range, they will we'll beam 2 of them aboard, and we'll site-to-site transport the other 5 over to the Cardassians. Everybody wins.
You want to give 5 over to the Cardassians?
Yeah, the 5 that they want. Apparently they're Cardassian citizens. Who are we to meddle?
We should verify that, though.
I think I missed that. Did he say there were 5 citizens of the Cardassian Union?
If I did, it was a mistake. So there's 6.
Yeah, he said everyone but the captain.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everyone but the captain. I see.
Everybody but the
Okay.
smuggler.
Yeah, there's 7 people on board.
Oh.
I'm going to put in a commendation for you, Goodspeed, because I didn't catch that part, and that's pretty important stuff. Yeah, I approve your plan.
Okay.
Well, I mean, okay.
We also have to make sure that they are okay with it.
Yeah, and also, I mean, if there are other people who have good ideas too, I'm willing to hear those good ideas, but
I'm not willing.
How magnanimous are you?
If anybody else has any good ideas, I don't want to hear it.
the first idea is not usually the best idea, but whatever.
The best laid
I think we
plan.
should try again to get them to eject their core.
I'm good with that too.
Okay.
Well, you said
That was really my first idea.
you said you were going to send a shuttle over there.
We didn't say we were going to. We said that was an idea. We're brainstorming here.
Okay.
Brian.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is there's no wrong answers in brainstorming.
I'm just,
But yeah,
all I'm saying
I
is
need the
all I'm
uncrewed
saying is
shuttle.
that there is a ticking clock on how long before their engine core explodes and their
Yeah.
life support fails.
Yeah.
How long would it take to take a shuttle over?
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of the uncrewed shuttle that they'll get on and then not die. Or they can dump their core. It's up to them. We'll tell them how long the shuttle thing's going to take, and they can decide. I'm good either way.
All right.
How long would the shuttle thing take?
You have enough time to do that.
Yeah.
That's not quite what we're asking.
What if
Yeah, because I'm stalling to give myself time to come up with a better answer.
Oh, okay.
what if we a sort of modified version of this plan? What if we send over a crew of on board our largest shuttlecraft? I don't know which one that would be. Brian, you would have that information. With a team of security officers, take everybody on board, bring them within the extended shield radius of the Tempest, and then at least we buy ourselves negotiating time with the Cardassians.
I don't like that idea, and here's why. Because this thing could blow at any time.
Okay?
And I don't want to risk our people on a shuttle when we could just send one over unpersoned,
Yeah.
and they can get on.
Yeah.
Right, but
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel real comfortable sending them like just one of our shuttles for no reason. This guy's supposed to be very good at escaping things, and he is a fugitive. We're just gonna like send him a ride.
We'll put a low jack on it or something.
Did we do a scan to make sure that there's a legitimate issue with the ship and not just smoke and mirrors?
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And it's legitimate.
Okay.
Yeah, they were getting shot at, I think.
Okay.
And okay, here's a third answer in the brainstorming. If they are really going to put up a big fuss about not ejecting their core or whatever is going to stop the problem, and we just solve our problem by shooting at it, like target their core, and in a friendly way cause it to leave.
In a friendly way, blow them up.
Shoot at them in a friendly way.
blow up their ship with a smile.
Oh, that cloud looks like it used to be a ship.
Yeah, we'll do it like the dentist does. Like you're gonna feel a little bit of pressure and a bit of a pinch.
And then nothing at all.
I mean,
Yep.
we're running out of time, so should we just give the captain over there the option? Like, you can either eject your core or get on a shuttlecraft. Like, those are your choices. Ready,
Yeah.
set, go.
Filled with security officers armed to the teeth.
Yes.
I don't love the security officer's piece of it, but
I don't love giving them a free shuttle.
As the security officer, we should probably put security there.
we'll give them our worst shuttle. Let's give them our worst shuttle.
We're the Federation. Our worst shuttle is still really nice.
Let's give them the lemon.
They don't use money anymore. We're not gonna get our pay docked.
All right, Holden, what's your take?
I think we either make them eject the core, or if we have to send a shuttle, we send it full of security guards to make sure they can't steal it.
Yeah.
He's also a fugitive, so...
All right, open a channel to the freighter.
Loon here. Yes, Captain.
Loon, we have.
So wait, I'm assuming this is like a Zoom meeting. What background are you choosing for this communication?
It's probably a really crappy cardboard background. Oh, you talking about me or Loon?
No, Loon's background is cats with lasers coming out of their eyes.
Leave Captain, please unmute.
In Loon's background is a very beat up shuttle interior, transport interior with a couple of fires going on, lots of black smoke, and
a sign that says "Totally not a hoax."
and just generally a real shitty day for anybody on that ship.
Can we see any of the other people that are on the ship in the shot?
No.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, Captain Loon, I bought us a little bit of time, but you have two options, right? And you have to decide right now. You can either eject your core so that you take away that threat immediately, or we're going to send over a shuttlecraft for you guys to board, and it will be armed with several security personnel. Your choice.
So, real quick, out of game, if they eject their core, they still have impulse power, yeah?
They do, and
Okay.
the point that Loon was about to make is that their life support is still failing. So even if they eject their core, that might solve one problem, but not the other.
Well then, it seems like they have an easy choice.
So Loon,
How much
They have
longer
to get
until
off. I
they're...
mean, the whole point of ejecting their core is so we can beam them to somewhere.
Loon's response is, as a fellow captain, I'm sure you can understand my reticence to give up my ship, but if those are your only two options, our life support isn't going to last much longer, so we will take the shuttlecraft's option, I suppose.
If they eject the core, we can beam them to our ship as well.
No,
no,
because there's there's still radiation there. Radiation saturates and shit.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Lieutenant Panther, I want your 12 best men. I don't know how many people fit in a shuttlecraft. I should probably know that as captain of a ship. Get a security team ready and prepare to go over there. Holden, do you want to go with? Or
Yeah, I'm head of security, so yes.
Are you head of security? I thought Panther was head of security. We really got to figure this out.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I thought you were
let's
tactical.
go back to the bridge for a second. We started out as people having different jobs, but that was always, or multiple jobs, but that was always kind of a placeholder sort of a thing. So,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So Panther is head of security then. I'm down with that. I like Panther. He's a good chap.
Yeah, you can play Panther though. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't think the mute security officer.
Yes, I know, Brian. He will do more than grunt.
Okay.
I am aware.
All right.
He
I
will
cannot
also,
run without the infrared.
growl and purr.
Okay.
And he will go shink when he releases his claws.
Only with the visual effect, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So Panther is taking one of the cutters because remember the cutters are like the big beefy shuttlecrafts. So
Wait, how many personnel are we taking with him?
that's up to you guys.
Okay, considering that we have to pick up 7 individuals, how many security officers can we afford to bring? Because that's how many I'd like to put over there.
Right.
If we send our largest
We'll
shuttle.
say a cutter can hold up to 15 people total.
15.
Yeah.
That makes 8.
The
All right.
the idea is that
Bum-bum-bum.
the idea is that these are bigger than normal shuttlecrafts, and
Yeah. Okay.
they're a little bit longer range.
Okay, Panther, pick your 7 best men and women and head and.
I would argue we should send the 7 men or women that we are least that
Worried
we're
about?
most okay with losing and never seeing again.
At least fond of.
That is in true Star
Yeah.
Trek fashion.
It's going to be Panther and 7 red shirts.
Okay,
Basically.
understood.
Oh no.
So, as a side question, so the plan is to go over there, get them all on the shuttle, and then come back, and then just leave their ship there, leaking
To
maybe
explode?
on radiation.
Well, we'll obviously we'll move to a safe distance afterwards.
Okay.
But I mean, do you have? Is there an objection or?
No, I just think we could have pressed harder to him ejecting the core because that would have saved his ship as opposed to us just leaving it there.
I was
to
sort of
explode.
getting the impression that they literally could not eject the core. I mean, if
I
you
can-
want to try to, do
We got phasers. I can help.
you want to send over an engineering team and go check it out?
Can their ship take 2 shuttles, Brian?
No, there's only a docking port for 1.
I had a feeling.
We should get over there and get out as soon as we possibly can. I don't like that ship. I don't want to be there longer than we need to.
That's sort of how I feel too.
True, but if they're setting up like an ambush on their ship, it'd be good to know and have some sort of plan.
Well, I mean, who's the second in line for chief of security? I'm not that worried about Panther.
All right.
So,
You'll have to make a new dude if you want a deputy chief of security.
well, again, we're running against the clock, and I do not think they're going to be able to eject their core. So we already tried, and so I just want to take this course of action, and we'll see what happens next.
Okay. Panther and 7 red shirts on their way.
Okay. Do you want to take the Fuji or the Denali?
Oh, definitely the Denali.
Okay, that's good. Smart choice. Okay, so Panther's gonna have to do a con plus control task, difficulty 2.
I got him. All right. So what is it? Con and
Control.
oh god, he's got a 1 for con. Why do we send him? All right.
Let's spend some momentum.
Yeah, you guys are full up.
Okay.
You want to spend 1 or 3?
What do we? It's difficulty what?
2.
What are we rolling for? Just the ability for him to get over there and not hurt himself?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to maneuver over there,
That is a difficulty 2 task.
maneuver over there, and do the docking.
It seems like
I actually had this separated out into 2 tasks, and I'm compressing them down to 1. In the sense of flying
it's gonna
over
be
there.
really embarrassing if they like, hey, we sent over a rescue ship. Oops. Oops. Hey, what other ideas do you have? We slammed into the side of your port nacelle.
Hey, that's a possibility if you roll a complication.
So Panther.
Yeah.
So Panther is an idiot. Is that what we're saying?
No, he's not a pilot.
All right. So I will roll a con and control, and we'll spend 3 momentum to get 4 dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here we go.
3 successes.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
So we get 1 momentum back.
Yep.
Ryan, incoming.
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 Oh, it's a Johnny, isn't it?
Yep.
Shields!
Shields.
Hi, bud.
Turn her into the Johnny.
Keep going, guys.
Okay. Also, guys, if you want to take a look, I just dropped a generic Starfleet Marine. So you should be able to control him or her, and that will count as all of the 7 red shirts.
All right. So what happens?
So Panther successfully docks. It docks to the transport. The doors. The airlock equalizes the pressure. The doors slide open. You step onto the transport, and it used to be a standard kind of transport that would look very much like a modern airliner of our day with the rows of seats. However, it has not been that in a very long time. Most of the seats are gone and ripped out, but they're not really replaced with anything. There's tubing and girders knocked loose from their moorings, and it's all kind of half collapsed in a sense. And there's smoke and there's fire and all of that good stuff that tells you that this ship is not in good shape. In the main cabin are 4 Bajorans. That you recognize them as Bajorans. They're of varying ages.
Bajoran.
Yeah, so they look like humans, except they have a little wrinkly nose. In these,
Yeah, no, I know what Bajorans are. I just meant the Cardassian said that everyone but the pilot were Cardassians.
no, he
I
didn't.
think he said Cardassian citizens.
Oh,
Yes.
Cardassian citizens.
Citizens of Cardassia. Yeah. And as all of you guys know, right now Cardassia is occupying the planet of Bajor and the Bajorans, and using the Bajorans essentially as slave labor. So you step into the main cabin of this transport. Immediately you see 3 Bajorans of varying ages. One, an older man, another one kind of like a middle-aged man, and one little girl.
So did we not land in like a shuttle bay or something?
No,
We just like docked with it?
yeah, you dock to an airlock on the side.
Okay. All right, everyone, get on the shuttle.
Okay.
With phasers drawn. We do exit with phasers drawn, just to be clear.
Okay. They all kind of look at each
We
other.
were treating them as fugitives. Remember, the captain of this ship is a wanted criminal. So
Okay.
we're not going to walk on there like, hey, everyone, we're come to hang out
Yeah,
at
but
your
one
bar.
of them is also a little girl. So
Yeah, she can get her ass on the shuttle.
The most evil of them all.
yeah. Okay, so and then the
Have you seen
smuggler,
a horror movie? The kids are always the worst.
Yeah.
the smuggler loon.
Little girl, or shall I say, Gul Moset, most feared Cardassian. With your clever disguise.
So the smuggler and 2 other Bajorans come out of the front cabin, the cockpit of the ship. Loon is the only human of the 2. The other 2 are Bajorans. It's another old man and then another middle-aged woman in her 30s or 40s.
Can
Yeah.
we retcon something real quick?
What?
I did mean to say this, but then I got distracted by Johnny. I wanted to give Panther orders to board the 6 Cardassian citizens, however, but to take Loon into custody, so to restrain him before bringing him on board.
Okay.
I'm on it, Captain.
Okay, so when you say everybody get on the shuttle, they look at each other. They maybe hesitate for minutes, but ultimately they comply, and everybody gets on board the cutter except for Loon, who just kind of stands there waiting for what's about to come next, which he knows.
Okay.
All right, Panther's going to take him into custody and
Yeah.
use some bright green futuristic zip ties.
And he reluctantly cooperates. He doesn't put up any kind of a fight. He's restrained with Federation handcuffs, and he climbs aboard the cutter, giving one last look at his ship as he goes.
Okay.
All right, so Panther loads everybody in, puts them all in the back, sets up a force field around the entire group of them,
Okay.
and then flies back to the ship.
Okay.
Do we want to beam Loon directly into the brig?
No, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like, even as soon as they get within beaming range, I want to take them directly into the brig.
Agreed.
Well, your shields are up, so
Well, then I'm sorry this is difficult for you, Brian. As soon as he's inside the...
not difficult for me. It's difficult for you.
Wouldn't the shields have to drop to bring the shuttle in and out anyway?
No, the shuttles can.
Oh,
can-
that's right. Yep.
They can fly inside our shield radius, and once they're inside the shield bubble, we can beam him directly.
Site-to-site transport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
So
answer to about half the episodes in the show.
exactly.
if you want to do that, you can do that.
Yes, that's what I'd like to do.
Okay. So you beam him into a cell in the brig. The rest of the people from the transport are still on the on the cutter. Cutter lands safely in the shuttle bay, and everybody piles out of it. What would you like to do next?
Open a channel to the Kraxon.
The what?
Captain, this is Panther.
Go ahead, Panther.
Yeah, these are Bajorans, so I figure you just want to talk to them before talking to the Cardassian captain again.
All I was going to say is we're not fleeing. We're going to take the ship out into a safe distance away from the freighter before it explodes.
Yeah, okay, Captain.
I picture Panther as sort of a Jane as a character.
Open a channel to the Kraxon.
Yeah, okay. Krim appears on the screen. Yes, Captain.
Gull Krim, we have the all persons on board our vessel, and we are moving to a safe distance before the freighter explodes. I advise you do so.
That safe distance is Federation space.
It 100% is.
Oh.
Doe, take us into Federation space with alacrity.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Just inside the border.
Okay.
Bold mood, Cotton.
Wait, hey, good question.
Yeah.
What's stopping us from just leaving right now? Like, let's just go.
Diplomatic relations.
Yeah. Okay, so you say all of that to Krim, and he looks at you with quite a bit of suspicion. And he says, Captain, I would recommend not moving farther than you have to. Otherwise, this would be a very bad day for both of us.
Understood. Maddox out.
Red alert.
So we have to move no farther than we have to, but if we move any less than that, we will die. That's a very...
It's quite the needle we're threading.
Well, yeah, so you guys are still on the map. I'm actually just going to move the transport further away. That's easier.
Can we...
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to shoot it.
You can't shoot it for no reason.
I have a reason to make it explode when I want it to.
Okay, both you and the Kraxon are now at a safe distance away from the rapidly deteriorating
Holden
telepath.
has been such a bad influence on him.
That's fair. No, but I do want to set course to our side of the neutral zone, just inside. I'm sorry, our side of Federation space.
Well, you're a good few light years away, so it's not like from border disputes. Yeah, what did I had it written down. What did I say it was?
It was like 2.5 minutes at warp.
3.5 light years?
Yeah, you're about between 2.5 and 3 light years away.
Okay, so out of game, I guess, just out of curiosity, based on the technology era, like of when this is, if we literally just hit the warp button and leave, like, would there be a way that they could actually stop us? Like, they couldn't jump into warp and then attack us while we're in warp, could they?
Well, they could.
I like this Holden guy.
They could with torpedoes.
All right.
Yeah, according to the canon, as has been established but not always followed.
Yeah.
You cannot fire phasers at warp speed, but you can fire torpedoes.
Okay. That's really what I was checking, is like,
Yeah, so
it sounds like that's what the captain wants to do, so I was curious if that was like how that would work.
yeah, so the border is far enough away that it's not an instantaneous kind of a thing. It would be a few hours, and they would have the opportunity, if they chose to pursue and intercept and do whatever they would do.
Okay. All right, and our second directive on this mission is to prevent further escalation with the Cardassians. So we'll just move away to a safe distance.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
We'll play out Brian's narrative. That's fine.
They're a bunch of
You can-
sable rattlers anyway.
No, you can do it if you want. I'm just telling you
Yeah.
what it will take and what will happen, or what might happen.
All right,
Yeah, don't let your expectation of what Brian wants to do adjust. Like, just do what we want to do.
Ensign Doe, set a course for Federation space with alacrity.
Okay. Go ahead and do it.
Can we just give them the least sympathetic Bajorans, like the oldest or something?
And which one would that be exactly?
The little girl or the old man?
The oldest?
Yeah.
No. We keep the little girl and her parents if they're there, and we just give them the rest, the ones that we don't like.
You haven't even met them, Goodspeed.
Yeah.
Actually, while we're doing this, you know what, Ensign, don't set it with alacrity. I'd like you to set a course at warp 3.
With Alacra.
with just a laugh.
Set a course for Federation space warp 2.
Whoop 2.
What is maximum warp at this point?
Probably 8, 9.
Yeah,
Are they up to that?
No, it's got to It's got to be more than 9 because a Klingon bird of prey can go to warp 9 if it's flying whales.
Yeah, all right.
So basically, the way if you try to run, or one ship tries to run, the way the rules work is you spend a certain amount of momentum to flee, and then the counterparty can spend an equal or more amount of threats or momentum to catch up. So essentially, you would spend momentum equal to the warp factor that you wanted to go, and then the other party could catch up or try to catch up if they wanted to.
Hi everybody, Editing Ryan here. We wanted to take a second to explain that we actually got the mechanics incorrect for this part in the show. It is not a function of spending momentum if you are trying to warp away and flee, but rather a function and limitation of how much power your ship has. Every ship in the Star Trek Adventures rulebook has a set amount of power, and so in order to flee, you need to spend power. In order to pursue, you need to spend an equivalent amount of power to catch up or overtake. So it has nothing to do with momentum, but rather a function of the limited power supply that's available to the ships. So, now that we've made that on-the-spot correction, we'll take you back to the game. Alright, well, I'm just going at warp 2 because I want to make it appear as though we're not in a hurry. We're just heading back towards our safety net.
Okay. All right.
So you're gonna spend 2 momentum for us to not actually leave?
Well, we're leaving. We're heading that way. We're not stopping. We're not staying put.
Okay.
I mean, I'm open to other ideas.
Like, I would say if we want to try and make it to Federation space, we should just make that jump and go for it. If we don't want to, then because it sounds like mechanically this is going to be a situation where if we jump to warp 2, they're going to come after us.
For sure, yeah.
And so it's going to be the same whether we jump to warp 2 or try to make a real run for it.
Okay, so let's. This is what I was getting at with not going very fast. Is I want to have a conversation with the Bajorans before we decide how aggressively we want to make our flee towards Federation space.
Yeah.
So maybe we should just sort of set course on impulse toward Federation space to make it look like we're just leaving the area of the freighter. Set course towards Federation, have that conversation with the Bajorans, and then see where that leads, and then decide how fast to lickety-split if we need to.
Yeah, I think that's a better plan. Simply because I'd rather use the momentum some other way, you know? Like, if you have the conversation we want to run, we would use it then. If we don't want to run, then we'll use it in some other way.
Totally. All right, Ensign Doe, set course to Federation space, full impulse.
Okay. You do that, and
the Cardassians fire.
Yeah, the Kraxin pulls up alongside you and matches your speed, and Krim hails your ship.
This is the Tempest. Go ahead.
Captain, what exactly are you doing? Please bring your vessel to a complete halt immediately.
Stand by. Maddox out. How do we get in contact? Yeah.
Hold, please.
Teal and somebody should go visit with the Bajorans and see what's up.
Hi.
Yeah. Teal should do something.
How
he hasn't done anything yet.
Teal, Goodspeed, and Holden, since they haven't done anything yet.
Holden's not really a people person.
Sounds like a fun thing.
Panther's there.
I was sitting here this whole time on mute, negotiating with a 4-year-old, by the way.
Oh.
I believe
Well, then this should be easy.
Yeah, right? And this should be nothing.
Cardassians are nothing against 4-year-olds.
Yes, the Janathans are very hard to deliberate with.
Janathan.
So in seriousness, I don't think Holden should go simply because you would probably want him at tactical in case the situation with the Cardassians escalates.
Oh, that's a blindingly obvious point. Thank you.
You know who else should go? If you're talking to Bajorans.
Oh. Ew.
Yeah, maybe.
He's eel.
But he's only a Bajoran by, nationality. He's not actually a Bajoran. He's
only by history, personal history.
Yeah.
He's an eel.
Plus,
he just lived there.
He's a Bajoran with the name.
Is he though?
Eel.
He's an eel with little ridges.
Eel
though,
notice.
So.
With little ridges.
No. That's a good, that is a good point for 2 reasons. 1, good observation that he has Bajoran heritage, and 2, I would love to see you play both of these characters simultaneously.
Great.
On board. Okay, so Eel, Goodspeed, and Teal are all going.
Eel, Teal, and Goodspeed. Yeah.
Eel, Teal.
So they actually they all go to sickbay because they are very clearly in bad sorts in all sorts of ways. So you meet them in sickbay.
Panther escorts them.
Before we switch to that scene, let me hail the Craxton one more time.
Okay. Yes, Captain.
I'm sorry about that, Gul Krim. I was just checking on the welfare of the Bajorans that we have just brought on board, and several of them are in need of dire medical attention. So we're going to see to that. I will hail you shortly.
Bring your vessel to a complete stop immediately, Captain.
Sir, you're breaking up, sir.
and he sees you doing that with your hands in a crystal clear picture.
But I'm doing it with one of the tablets, so I can't actually crumple. So I'm just just pressing the edges of the tablet.
Gul Krim, you can clearly see I'm not in any hurry, and I'm not trying to get away. I'm going to see to these people's well-beings. I will contact you in 30 minutes. Maddox out.
And you shut him off before he can say
30
anything. Okay.
space minutes.
30 space minutes. Yeah.
30 universal space minutes.
So all of the refugees are in sickbay. At the moment, Nurse Cat is.
I love Nurse Cat.
Kind of looking over them.
Yeah.
And Panther's there. They share a glance.
And Panther's there.
Ooh, there's so much sexual tension in that room right now.
And Dander.
Dander sack.
And as the rest of you come in, Kat gives you a little bit, basically a little briefing on the state of the refugees, and they're all suffering significant amounts of theta radiation from the engine core. Also, clearly some other stuff is going on. So there are broken bones that have healed incorrectly. They have malnutrition. They have all sorts of old injuries and chronic ailments of various kinds that have clearly not been taken care of before.
Who are these people? I'm going to go around and treat each of them, and as I'm doing that and kind of looking at their injuries, I see if I can poke around to find out how they got to this position.
Okay.
Bajorans, state your deal.
Yeah, what is state your deal?
So to take care of the theta radiation is control the medicine. And then if you kind of want to drill down on all the other stuff, that'll be an insight and medicine.
Oh my gosh.
Difficulty
I was like,
2
how
for
do
both
I
of
only
them.
have a 1 for medicine? But that's eel. I know dick all about medicine, so.
And doctor, I can provide assistance if you need me to hold a scalpel or a skin laser.
I appreciate that.
Or a towel.
Well, you are in sickbay, which gives you an advantage.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So because you have all of the resources of sickbay at your hand.
Okay, so you don't need me.
So how many do I roll?
At least 2.
Okay.
And then if you spend momentum,
have we established that we did put Loon in the brig, however?
Yeah.
You did establish
We
that.
should
Yes.
probably talk to him also in case like what if he is actually getting these people to safety or something like.
Maddox to Goodspeed.
Go ahead, Captain.
If the situation in sickbay is under control, why don't you visit our guest in the brig?
Yeah. Turns out the doctor knows how to use all the doctor things, so I'm going to go
What are the odds?
somewhere else where I can be, useful.
Yeah.
And then I look at Dr. Teal and say, I'm going to go talk to our new guest.
All right. Enjoy that.
Cool.
Let's do the Bajoran since we're already kind of on that track. Okay.
Ooh, I just did a good job with the medicining.
She sure did.
So you get a point of momentum back
Yeah.
because you rolled 3 successes.
Woohoo!
And okay, so their theta radiation is taken care of. It's actually fairly straightforward with Federation medical technology. It's not a big deal,
Sure.
as long as you can attend to it. And then if you want to roll again, you can get a better sense of their other things that are going on with them medically.
Okay.
So that's going to be an insight and medicine.
Insight and medicine.
But your insight is amazing.
But Eel has to roll.
You'll know stick all about medicine and insight.
Okay, so that's 2.
He knows dick all about insight.
So you succeeded that task as well. So you also do kind of deeper, full physical medical scan. And there are bones that were broken and didn't heal properly. There's calcium and other mineral deficiencies from malnutrition.
Yikes. Were these
They're all very clearly underfed,
were these
emaciated.
prisoners?
There are burns, there are scars, there's a lot of things.
Or were they?
Going on
Can
with
I
these guys.
figure out? Can I will they talk to me at all about their background? Were they prisoners? Were they being rescued here? Were they
Yeah.
smugglers?
State your deal.
State your deal.
Are the injuries consistent with being on a ship that was being shot at, or does it look like they've been tortured?
Or scurvy.
Or scurvy?
Yeah, it's
Screw-
their
Do we need to give them oranges?
Yes.
Captain, orange slices,
Yeah.
stat.
their injuries. Their injuries, aside from the theta radiation, which is from the ship, all of their other injuries and whatnot are indicative of being slave labor to not very nice overlords.
Okay. So,
Yeah. So, yeah, these guys have not had an easy life based on
But-
their bodies.
does Teal feel like they're willing to talk openly right now, or no?
Yeah, they will talk. What do you want to ask them?
Get him, Teal.
I don't know. I guess I would
State
want to
your deal.
know
Win?
if they were. All right, here it is. We're gonna ask if they were escaping, or if they were were being tortured and stuff by Loon, because we got him in the brig anyway, so we could torture him back if they want.
Whoa, Maddox to Eel, what are you doing?
I just thought that maybe if we were pretending we were their buddies, they would open up and
You
talk
can
to
do
us.
that without offering torturing somebody.
Oh, right, well.
Okay.
Maddox out.
All right,
Oh,
sorry.
man. Eel really needs that team dynamic supervision.
The
Yes.
23rd century Hippocratic Oath. First, do lots of harm.
Okay.
I told you I know dick all about medicine. What I do know is about screwing toenails. Am I right?
Okay, so this guy speaks up for the group. His name is Wooder Bosrick, and the way Bajorn names work, his first name is Bosrick and his last name is Wooder.
Okay.
Yeah, he tells you that
Despite the fact that in the window that we are looking at on our computers, it is exactly the other way.
no, it's not. His last name is first, and his given name is second.
Oh.
So the family name is first.
The family name goes first, and the individual's name goes second.
Got it.
Do the Bajorans write day, month, year, or do they write month, day, year?
Anyway, this guy starts to kind of speak up for the group. He says,
What? No. Loon saved us. The Cardassians did this to us. We're refugees, trying to get to the Federation and get asylum. We were at the labor camp at Batar. Other Bajorans helped us escape and got us to Loon, and he got us off the planet. We wouldn't be here without him.
I see.
Every one of us here owes him our life.
To be honest, in the briefing, all I saw was that he was smuggling Romulan ale, and I thought, how bad a chap can he be?
Thank you for listening to Part 1 of The Tempest Tossed. In case you didn't check in with our prologue to this mission, be sure to check out our episode number 1.6.0, where our GM Brian explains the new player point system he's implementing. This system is designed to allow our characters to grow beyond their original stat sheets. And if you like what you're hearing, please let us know by reaching out to us on social media. We can be found on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and Twitch, all under the handle Starship Tempest. If you really, really like to help, consider becoming a Patreon donor. You can visit our page at patreon.com/Starship Tempest to check out all the exciting benefits and perks of becoming a patron. And thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you, and we're certainly honored to bring you a bit of joy during these truly turbulent times. Stay safe, be kind, and we'll see you out there.